I'm Jackie. Welcome back to my channel, Hearth and Apron. So today I'm so excited to have you here with me because we're going to be talking about how I prepped for my recent Fiesta. And including in that, we are going to be talking about some decor ideas, including some DIYs that are totally budget friendly. I've also got some tips. I might be admitting some fails, and I've also, most importantly, got some scrumptious recipes that are just out of this world, including a sparkling peach sangria, and most importantly, I am going to be sharing 3 authentic Mexican recipes from my family to yours, including my Instant Pot black beans, and they are one of those that are just going to make you realize how easy it is to make it from dried beans, so you can just ditch those canned beans. I'm also going to be showing you my mom's barbacoa. Now, if you saw the carrot cake episode, you know that if it comes from my mom's kitchen, it is fantastic, and this barbacoa does not disappoint. So, and also the great part about it is not incredibly spicy, while it is really flavorful. So it is a fantastic one to have if you're having an event or something like that, and you're worried about things being too spicy. Now, last but not least, and this is going to be the last recipe I share with you, so you are going to want to stay tuned because it is fantastic. It is my granny's flat enchiladas. Now, not everybody knows what a flat enchilada is. They are these delicious little fried masa cakes with like little toppings on them. And you guys, the only thing that you are gonna regret about making these flat enchiladas is how hard it is to walk away from them. I'm not even kidding. So make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, you know what to do. It's right down here. And don't forget to hit the bell because it'll let you know when more episodes are coming your way. So I have 2 super easy and budget-friendly DIYs that I used in this party, and I'm going to show you how to make them. But first off, I spray painted them both with this gloss Rust-Oleum Seaside paint. Now I have a terracotta base and pot, and I am going to be using those to create kind of a cake stand, or I'm using them as a beverage stand to hold up these gallon pitchers that I picked up from Walmart. The pitchers only cost $5, by the way. And so I'm going to be using these for future parties as well. I was really happy with how they turned out. So guys, isn't this little cake stand so adorable? The best part is I don't even know that I needed to glue it because one of them came unglued and it still held everything really steady. I am so impressed with these, you guys. I might be making these for even more events in different colors or re-spray painting these. I don't even know. But I'm so excited that this cost me so little money because with the spray paint not included, because I have like a collection of spray paint, this cost me $3. $3. So make sure to check this out and try it out the next time that you have a party, and don't forget to tag me because I want to see how it turned out for you. So these are just 2 dollar store clear vases that I spray painted blue so that they would help continue and carry on that color. For $2, it made such an impact on my table. Didn't this turn out so cute? I just absolutely love it. And the best part, it was so inexpensive. I paid $1 to change, like for this vase. And it was so easy to change up. It really makes it so easy to personalize your party decor. So let me know what you think down below. I also feel like it just really made these flowers pop. When I had them in a clear vase before this, they were beautiful, but they just didn't. And now they do. Let me know. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Okay, so now it's time to show you how I set up my decor, and honestly, time for me to eat a little bit of crow because I did not get the very end filmed at like the very last setup with all those beautiful like Pinterest-worthy photo shots because frankly, I'm just not as cool as a lot of these YouTube moms and my time management just blows. It doesn't matter what I do. It just feels like I have all these ideas and no matter how hard I try, the clock is always working against me. It is so rude. I feel like I have infinite time. I don't know why I disagree. So I did not get everything done in time. I mean, and when I say this to the point that like, guys, I went with no makeup and my hair was bad and I just threw on some random clothes. Thank goodness my friends just love me for who I am. But I will show you a picture of the general and like kind of show you how we tried to set everything up as well as some of the items that I used in this decor. And I'm also going to tell you a couple of the tips on how I hope to avoid this in the future, as well as things that I know that are just pro tips, because actually, if you didn't know this about me, despite my time management problem, I have done multiple different things with party planning and event planning. I just have a lot of trouble when I'm doing it at my house because I feel like I can do everything, and I don't know why it doesn't work out that way. Anyways, let's go ahead and I'll show you what I mean. First and foremost, please excuse my pajamas. I just didn't have time to change before I started filming this part. So I'm putting down this adorable runner that I picked up on Amazon. It is linked down below, and I'm using the clamps from my balloon arch to keep it down. Now, the balloon arch turned out great. We had to blow up tons and tons of balloons, and unfortunately they don't all match because for some reason my local town was just out of matching balloons. So I had to use whatever I could find. Now, one thing that I will say is in the future, I will be doing this inside the night before and bringing it out. It's not that hard to transport, and it would have given me a lot more time to mess around with this. I didn't really think of that, honestly, because this was my first time working with it, and I didn't want to have it up outside the night before. Anyways, I just started to set stuff up after that. You can see things are kind of coming together, and then everybody showed up for the party, and so unfortunately, that's the last that I got to record. This is kind of a picture of everybody's, like once everybody brought a dish and it was all kind of spread out upon the table. And this is a photo of what it looked like after everybody left and we were all cleaning it all up. So it was an amazing party. We had so much fun. So I have just a couple tips for you guys. First and foremost, don't make the mistake that I did. Make sure when you're doing your prior proper planning to prep some time out just for you, because otherwise you will forget yourself. There just is always more that can be done, and you will find that you will be disappointed by not being able to get ready. Another thing is have something for the kids to do. They may not have the opportunity to do it, but it helps to make your friends feel like their family is included and welcome in the party. And also, there are always those days that one kid gets left out and needs something to do, or maybe all the kids are bored and need a little bit of amusement, and you will be glad that you planned ahead. My next tip for you is do not underestimate a to-do list. And the reason for that is when you are in a rush, it helps you to stay calm and collected, to help have something to check off and to focus upon so that you are not going every direction trying to figure out what needs to be done. The biggest pro planning tip that I can give you for a party: thank you cards. They don't have to be expensive, but personalized is important. So unless you have a party with over 20 guests and you really didn't get enough time to say hello to everybody, there's no good reason why you can't say something about the experience that you had together. It'll help to make it that much more special. And that's the thing about thank you cards today. They're often overlooked. People think of them as overrated, or they just don't even think about them. I'm telling you that sending a personalized handwritten thank you card to your friend or a guest is just going to send it over the roof and let them know that you really appreciated their time and having them there with you that night. So that is a suggestion that I totally say, make sure to send a thank you card. Now, also make sure to send it within the first week, because if you don't, you probably won't. And that is true even for me. It'll end up in a stack somewhere in my office until I eventually just abandon them. So I have always found that if you don't send it in the first week, you probably won't. So make sure to get those out right away. Another thing, if you can personalize these, do it. It just makes it so much more fun. For instance, I have this awesome little stamp that has our address that my brother and sister-in-law gave us. And I love to do this not only because it adds something special to it, but because it also saves my hand all that time of having to write my address, but still looks epic. I believe they got this on Etsy. I don't have a direct link, but I know if you look it up there, you will find some outstanding choices. Another thing that I am going to do, and I'll show you exactly how I do it, is I'm going to be adding wax seals to these thank you cards, just to give it a little extra pizzazz, and because I just love having wax seals. They bring me joy. So anyways, as I said before, biggest pro tip: send a thank you card. All right, let me know if you guys have actually used wax seals before. We have used them multiple times for our Christmas cards, to our wedding announcements, everything. I just absolutely love the look of them. Now, as you can see, I have this weird little spoon here. What you can actually do is break off a couple pieces, or they have some that are sold in beads, and you can just do a couple in the spoon, and you light it over a candle until it's melted, pour it into the space, Then throw on your wax seal and let it sit for 5 to 10 seconds so that it has enough time to cool. Now, I actually prefer this method because it is a lot easier to have a consistent seal that you know is full enough, especially when you buy the beads, because you can count exactly how many beads you put in. But another way is the traditional wax stick, and I'm going to show you how to use that here. Now, the thing about them is you really need to turn the stick as you're using it, because if you don't, then what's going to end up happening is one side is going to burn down significantly and you're going to burn your string unproportioned, and then it will kind of become useless and unable to be used. So you'll notice that I kind of twirl it around as I'm using it, and then it's the same rule of thumb. Make sure to put 5 to 10 seconds that you leave that seal on there so that it's nice and cool before you take it off, or else it will mess it up. Okay, now it's time to talk sangria. So to make this today, we are going to be using 1 bag of frozen peaches, 1 bottle of chardonnay, 9 to 10 diced strawberries, 1 package of fresh blueberries and raspberries, as well as 1 cup of peach schnapps. And we're going to let this sit for 3 to 4 hours. Now, when you are ready to serve this, and you're not going to see this in the video, sorry, you are going to add 2 bottles of chilled Prosecco to this mix, and it is ready to serve. It is really delightful, guys. If you try this, though, let me know and take a picture on Instagram. I want to see how it turns out for you.
Hey, I'm looking for a couch to crash on. Until night shouldn't be the night I go home with anyone. I've been out walking on the rougher patch now, but I must say, living on the edge of things has been kind of fun. Look, there's a bruise right here, 1 or a few on there. Man, did you see me though? 'Cause I sure put on the show. I'm dancing on the tables and I must say I got a taste for flipping out. I'm glancing at the haters and I know they wish they did the shit I did tonight. You wanna break some things, alright. All of the cups are out of sight. You wanna drink 'cause I can buy.
Alright, it's time to talk about those Instant Pot black beans. So I cannot tell you how many years I was intimidated by cooking with dried beans, but my Instant Pot cured me of that, and now I am hooked. So to make these, what you're going to do is take a 16-ounce bag of black beans, and you are going to rinse them and combine them with 4 cups of water, 1 diced shallot, 1 tablespoon or more of garlic, depending on what you like. And for the spices, I'm just going to kind of sprinkle in some cumin and that flat iron green pepper mix that I'm in love with. And I'm going to cook this in my Instant Pot for 40 minutes with a 10-minute natural release. I have seen people online suggest this cooked for 20 minutes in the Instant Pot, but every time I've tried that, they are not fully cooked, so I do not suggest that.
On the show, I'm dancing on the tables and I must say I got a taste for flipping out. I'm glancing at the haters and I know they wish they did the shit.
Now that the beans are all cooked, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of bacon grease. I know this sounds weird, guys. You can do normal oil, but the grease just adds the best flavor. And I'm also going to add my salt now. A little, tip for everybody. You do not add the salt to your beans until they are cooked, because they will take longer to cook. And after that, we're just going to keep mashing this up and add as much desired cheese as we want, and they are ready to go. You guys, these are really yummy. Let me know if you try them out.
I got a taste for flipping out. I'm glancing at the haters and I know they wish they did the shit I did tonight. I'm dancing on the tables and I must say I got a taste for flipping out. I'm glancing at the haters.
Now we're gonna make my mom's barbacoa. You guys, this is amazing, and I love that it has all the flavor, but it's not too spicy. And what we're going to do is, I have a 5-pound beef pot roast that I have in here that I've cut into 1 to 2 inch strips so that it cooks more evenly and quickly. And the seasonings that I'm going to be using are chives, cumin, that flat iron green blend. Guys, if you haven't tried it out yet, you need to. Italian seasoning and salt. And in addition to that, I'm going to add 2/3 of a jar of yellow banana peppers with the juice, half a jar of green olives with the juice, and half a cup of beef broth. And after that, I'm just going to mix it all together, put it into the crock pot on low, and cook it until the meat is falling apart. I actually started this the night before, and by the time that I got up in the afternoon and I was really ready to start working with it, it was totally ready. Now, once you're done there, you go ahead and take it out and let it cool for 10 minutes, and then you're going to shred and separate the meat from the fat and discard that fat. And once it's completely shredded, you add it back to the crock pot and serve. You guys, let me know what you think. This is so amazing. I love when my mom makes her barbacoa, and I'm so excited to get to share the recipe with you.
If you are not with me, hey, do you read me? Go back, back to where we came from. If my hands are empty, hey, do you read me? Go back. I don't wanna go alone. Go back. If you are not with me, hey, I don't wanna go back. I know you want the best for me. Your intentions are good. I walk back to my history, into my old neighborhood. Longing for you, longing for you. Oh, but I can't get back. What can I do? What can I do when your train is gone? I don't wanna go back, back. Don't wanna go back. If you are not with me, hey, do you read me? Go back, back to where we came from. If my hands are empty, hey, do you read me? Go back. I don't wanna go alone. Go back. If you are not with me, hey, I don't wanna go back.
Okay, you guys, we are at our last recipe, but I assure you this is last but not least. This is one of my favorite recipes, and I am so excited to be sharing it with you today. It is my granny's flat enchiladas. Now, not everybody is familiar with these, but I'm telling you, you want to make them because they are outstanding. You will not be disappointed by these. Now, you're going to take one bag of fresh masa, and we're going to set it out on the counter for a little bit because if it is too cold, not only is it unpleasant to mix, it tears up your hands and it just doesn't quite mix as well. And to that, we are going to add 8 ounces of goat cheese, salt, cumin, that flat iron green blend. You guys, I'm obsessed. Garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and just a little bit of cayenne. Now, in addition to that, we are going to add 2 to 3 giant handfuls of your favorite cheese, either like a Mexican Colby Jack or cheddar cheese, something of that form, and we're going to mix it really well and form it into small balls.
Like it or not, there is a moment meant for us. And now you made it, but I already played this. Not interested, open your eyes, let's get it done. Take my hand, just follow me. Shadow and me are one. The sky is on fire. The lake has turned to a golden sun. I'll never get tired. I just wanna dance, just wanna
Okay, most important tools, a wet flour sack towel. Not overly wet, just lightly dampened, and a plate. We're getting really sophisticated here. So I saved some of these masa balls because I wanted to be able to show you exactly how I make these. We're gonna take it and put it right inside the towel. You want it wet on both, like this on both sides, so that it helps to keep it from cracking and falling apart. Now you're gonna use the plate to smush it down. That helps to make sure it gets nice and even. Flip it over, and it's ready to be fried.
I'll never get tired. I just wanna dance, just wanna.
So now that these are all fried up, we are going to put some yummy toppings on them. Now, the typical flat enchilada looks a lot like this. You just put a little bit of
enchilada sauce on it. Sprinkle some cheese. Add some green onion. Olives. And tomato. You can also add lettuce and cilantro to that and it tastes fantastic. But another way that you can do this with that other party food that we made is you can add a little bit of black beans on one. Maybe with a little bit of cheese. They're almost like your own little make your own pizzas. You can really go any way you want. Some enchilada sauce, and I'll come back with my other toppings. Another thing you could do is add some of that barbacoa. I mean, these pair really well together. You're not gonna feel sad about this combination, I assure you. Just throw that on there. Some cheese, little enchilada sauce, and your other toppings. You guys, these are fantastic. Let me know when you try these, because you really need to, what you think. Don't forget to comment on my Instagram and show me some pictures. I can't wait to hear your opinion. Okay, so now that these are ready, we gotta have a taste testing. Obviously, you guys can eat these with a fork. I'm just gonna go the old school style and eat it with my hand, almost like a little piece of pizza. And let's see. So you can see it's still, they're best when they're hot. You can make these in advance and freeze them or put them in the refrigerator and just warm them up and they still taste fantastic. They won't be as amazing as right out of the fryer, but they're still really good. I haven't ever tried these in an air fryer. That is something, if you guys try that, let me know. But really, you guys are not going to regret trying this. And as I said earlier, the only thing that's bad about them is it's so hard to stop eating them. Okay guys, this is the end of the episode. I hope that you really liked it. Don't forget to let me know down below what you think. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell and like and comment. I'd really love to hear what you think, and it really helps out my channel. And you guys, when you try out the flat enchiladas, let me know, because you are gonna love them. You are just going to love them. Anyways, see you next time.